I don't really know how this works on LinkedIn. I know that it's my resume, my face to the world of the dreams that I have. And sometimes resumes are misleading because, at least when I came around, people would take gaps in dates and wonder, well, was there a divorce? Was there an illness? Was there I don't know, something happened in the family? But they were always looking at these gaps in time as if there were something that was wrong with the person, instead of maybe something that was right with the person. Because resume building, CV building, whatever you want to call it for whatever job that we have, is more about writing down what happened. I mean, from this point to this point, I did this. From this point to this point, I did this. From this point to this point, I did this. And sometimes those times were, I don't know, going back to school. Maybe, earning a great grade point average. Maybe, flunking out. Maybe you were working, like full time with two kids and two jobs and one marriage that was failing, and you were trying the best that you could, but you crashed. Maybe you were doing the one thing in this world that you thought you were absolutely meant for. You were. You were. Not only were you meant for it, but you're great at it. So 3 more jobs happen. And you're paying bills and you're raising kids and you're going around town and you're doing everything that, society says that you should do. You should have a home with a yard. Well, you know what? You should. Kids need yards. But sometimes you have kids and you're not ready for the yards. Maybe all you got is, I don't know, a one-room flat with a mattress or no mattress at all. The whole point is that you want to love your kids. And I can't even say, I heard something this morning that, I keep picking up these new terms, and it's not feminism, it's womanism. And I've had arguments my whole life because I grew up in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s. And then by that time, I was a wife and mother and was moving into the 90s. But it was this: how do I claim who I am as a human being and fight back the very thing that I love the most? That to me, it doesn't make sense, because from a place of forgiveness and self-compassion, which they're telling me is equally important to healing from what I have suffered as a human being, is discriminatory to not love yourself. So embracing who I am means that I can be the most bullheaded person you have ever wanted to meet in your life. And I have gone ramming into things that most people would be like, okay, that wasn't such a big deal. But for me, what it has to do with our character defects and assets. And that's another discussion about 12-step theocracy. Because that's what it is. I think Joan had it right. I think that we have different parts of ourselves that try to find a way home. And then I think that the Zoroastrians had it right, where they followed the star. And then I think that Lucifer Morningstar had it right. And then I think that this one had it right. And then that one had it right. And in looking for all those clues and all those pieces, people perceive that it is psychosis, or they perceive that you're paranoid, or they perceive whatever it is they perceive. And I need to stop worrying about what they think of me and be happy and complete and fulfilled with who I am. That was today for me. That's every day for me. And some days I am able to focus and concentrate on what I'm doing. And on other days, I'm running around in circles forgetting where I put down a cup. And whether that's estrogen or it's testosterone or it's or it's like one guy scoffed at me yesterday because I was busting his balls. He said, women. And I said, men. What would we do without each other? Eh? Life would be a whole lot fuck of a less interesting.